Peace. Ali coming back at you with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about the new look of spirituality. Alright, so obviously it's 2019. We're in a new day and age. And spirituality, metaphysics, the occult, conscious community, being woke, whatever you want to call it, it has a new look. And that look is this: regular looking people who are about that light. Regular looking people that are unassuming, people that you wouldn't expect to be on the occult, people that when you look at them, you wouldn't think they have an altar at their crib. You know, females, when you look at them, they look regular, but they're witches and they're into herbal magic, sex magic, conjuring, doing all kinds of stuff. Dudes rocking jerseys, walking around looking regular, but they're spiritual teachers or they're enlightened. The new look of spirituality is regular people doing miraculous things. You feel me? So I wanted to wear a St. Louis Cardinals jersey. I'll shout out to Ozzie Smith, but I wanted to wear something so not typical for spirituality because this look is prominent now. It has changed. You know, I've talked to many different people. I see different people, and you wouldn't believe the so-called regular looking people that's really about that light. So the new look of spirituality is just regular people who are putting in that work. Now, the reason why you have more people that look regular, but they're about that work, is because there's way more what I call freestyle spiritualists nowadays. Now, when I say a freestyle spiritualist, what I'm talking about is somebody who takes their spirituality, they do their own path. They don't follow any set religion, they don't follow any creed. They don't follow one particular teacher. They're not dogmatic in their approach. They basically are like water, like Bruce Lee said. They just change and grow as they see fit. Just because they're into one thing one year, they might be into something totally different the next year. They're a freestyle spiritualist. They go how their spirit feels or whatever. So a person like that, they may not appear the way you want them to appear. They may not speak the way you want them to speak. They may use a bunch of slang. They may curse, excessively according to you. They may say low vibratory things, but it still doesn't negate that person, based on their energy, are about that work, about that light. So once again, there's way more freestyle spiritualists nowadays. Therefore, there's going to be a lot of people that look totally regular, but still they're about that spirituality in the occult. Okay, with this new look, what you can expect more of, and this is something I stated on Mind Right Radio years back, is more and more celebrities, more and more people of influence talking about spirituality in the occult. You'll see some of the most unassuming celebrities starting to drop little jewels. Maybe they're an artist as far as songwriter, musician, rapper, singer. Now you're going to start hearing them drop a little bar about metaphysics, law of attraction, meditation, vibration, consciousness. You'll start hearing them drop little bars here and there, or watching her interview and they might drop a line letting you know that they're quote unquote woke. You feel me? So with this, what's to come, and this is a prediction I want to lay out on YouTube like I laid out on Mind Right Radio, because it's already happening, but you're going to see more and more celebrities, people that you wouldn't think are about spirituality. They're going to start talking openly about it. It's already happening. You can expect it to happen a lot more. One of the celebrities I want to shout out is Nick Cannon. And I'm a person that believes that we need to give flowers where flowers are due. We wait for people to transition and then we want to pay homage to them. I want to be on record in 2019 paying homage to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is a prime example of someone unassuming. You know what I mean? Nick at Night, Nickelodeon, Mariah's Boy Toy, you know what I mean? He on Wildin' Out. He's a rapper, but he's not really a rapper. He kind of get clowned on for real. If you watch Wildin' Out, people clown on him all the time. But he's the boss, and he makes more money than everybody on Wildin' Out. But yet he's like the butt end of the jokes. But if you know anything about his life, dude has lupus, and he's dealing with it holistically. You feel me? Dude's very conscious, I'm safe to say he's pretty much militant too, you know what I mean? But he is really about elevating his consciousness, elevating those around him and having an influence on humanity. You go on YouTube, he's taking it his own He's taking his own audience and building up, content that is catered towards his audience that deals with the occult, spirituality, metaphysics, Black Lives Matter, all that stuff that people wouldn't think that he'd be attached to. But if you follow him, and they don't take too much to follow him, you'll see that dude's very conscious. You feel me? And he's putting out a lot of information that falls in line to his consciousness or whatever. So I wanted to bring him up because he's unassuming. You wouldn't think he is into metaphysics and spirituality, but he's steadily putting out content that demonstrates that he is. So that's one example of a person that you wouldn't think is about that light, but he's really about that work. My closing statement is this. I know a lot of people are getting frustrated with people getting on this metaphysical bandwagon, whatever that means. People are upset that people are waking up, and I just want to put it like this. We have to get metaphysics and the occult mainstream so it can be normal on this planet. Just think about when the cell phones first came out. Like, I remember going in the mall and seeing cats rocking a cell phone bag. You feel me? Like, if you ain't old enough, you ain't old enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, but cats had a cell phone bag and they was walking around and you was like, dang, what's that? And then you found out that was the new cell phone. Like, you can make calls and you ain't even gotta be at the crib. That's bananas back then or whatever. But fast forward now, if you don't have a cell phone, you're weird. So think about that. When cell phones first came out, or any invention, there's only a select few that had it. Then it became mainstream where more and more people have it. That's the same thing that's going to happen with metaphysics and the occult. At first, there was a small pocket of people that were woke. You know what I mean? Like, I remember back in the day, like, it wasn't too many people talking about this. Like, you bring up stuff, like, people wouldn't understand what you were talking about. You go to Google, there wasn't a plethora of articles and YouTube videos. Like, when I first started researching about the pineal gland, that was one of my first things I researched hard body on. There wasn't too much information about it, trust me. But now you put in pineal gland, it's a plethora of information and misinformation. So what I'm saying is, long story short, we have to get metaphysics and the occult mainstream on this planet to raise the overall vibration of this planet or whatever. So once we do that, we can go to what I'm assuming that we're going to is the golden age. It's been prophesied by the ancients, and I feel it in my soul that we are one step closer or one step away from reaching the so-called golden age. In order to do that, metaphysics, the occult, everything has to be mainstream where it's not that big of a deal. Because what'll happen is eventually it'll be taught in school. I have a child right now, he's in 6th grade and they're doing mindfulness. You know what I'm saying? So this is just the day and age we're in. So just don't get frustrated when you see a lot of people getting into the occult. All right, so this has been Ali. If you're wanting to work with me, if you want to have more access to me, at this point, because of my so-called popularity or, being out here as much as I am, I get a lot of emails, a lot of messages, a lot of YouTube, just a lot of questions that, to be honest, I don't have all day just sitting answering questions. But I set up a program called the Spiritual Master Accelerator. You can join other members. We get together 3 times a month on live webcasts where you can interact with me in real time. A bunch of exclusive content, and I just have a bunch of great members. So if you're wanting to work with me, you want to be around other people, other like minds, highly suggest you go to spiritualaccelerator.com. Make sure to read everything before joining, but if it's something that resonates with you, we'd be more than happy to welcome you to our community. So this has been Ali. Until next time,